the entire promotion was a little tense and awkward this week, and the weigh-in was just a few hours ago, and now that you've had some time to think about everything, what's your reaction to everything that transpired this week?
I know for a fact that Ryan is being advised wrong. I know for a fact that Ryan is being fed wrong information. I do not understand what Ryan has against us after we told him not to take the Tank fight on their terms, and he went against our word. Meaning the rehydration clause, meaning he took a less percentage. I have no clue what he has against us. There's other than he's saying that I didn't go to the press conference after his fight against Tank. I just do not know what he has against us. He just made $30+ million, the biggest payday of his entire career. We built him from the bottom up. So I just do not understand what is going on, other than he has bad advice. He has too many whispers in his ear.
Mm-hmm. It was obvious Bernard was involved as well too. Do you think maybe he took offense to all the statements Bernard was saying earlier this week as well too? That kind of led him to say the things he said throughout the press conference.
I saw the interview that Bernard gave, and it was nothing negative. It was nothing against Ryan. It was Bernard Hopkins speaking as a fighter, giving his opinion, and assessing the situation. Bernard has been there and done that before, so that's the advantage that all our fighters have. They have a promoter who has been a fighter himself, who has been there in that situation. So all Hopkins was doing is giving his opinion on how he feels. Nothing negative, nothing bad. It's mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. What's been the hardest part, I guess, navigating this ship since the Tank fight? There's been a lot of tense and turbulent times, but what's been the hardest part for you as a promoter and someone who's looking out for him and wanting to, just put the best fights forward for him as well too?
Well, the hardest part has been being his promoter. That's been the hardest part, because he has so many people talking in his ear. I know how to build champions. I know how to make them money. I know what's best for them. And when you have assistants, when you have advisors, when you have lawyers who are talking against us, it sometimes makes it impossible for us to do our job.
Right. And
every single fighter on the card, was appreciative. Thank you, Golden Boy. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for putting all this event together, because the fighter cannot put the whole event together. The fighter cannot negotiate pay-per-view terms. The fighter cannot negotiate arena terms, this, that. We do a lot of work for the fighter. And, I'm glad that there's fighters who appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you've obviously you've had these battles before with other high profile fighters,
Sure.
namely Canelo. So this is not nothing new to you. But was it how awkward was it for you yesterday to just be a part of that and to experience that in front of a public forum?
Not awkward at all. I'm doing my job. I treat it as a business, and that's all it is. I do have a closer relationship with most of 99.9% of my roster at Golden Boy, which makes it very pleasant. But this is a business, and if you want me to treat it like a business, I will.
Yeah, and you mentioned on Twitter yesterday that you were concerned about Ryan's state of mind, and you called his behavior erratic, and it showed that he was not focused on his fight on Saturday. You thought, do you think he's fully prepared for this fight, especially considering the weight was also moved to a catch weight to 143?
Well, Ryan Garcia wanted a catch weight of 143, so we made it happen. I am concerned. I am concerned because why not make it at 140? If you're a professional, if you're gonna train hard and work hard, then 140 shouldn't be a problem. I have no idea why he wanted this fight at 143, and it's concerning. I'm genuinely concerned about him, of where he's at, and it's my right to be concerned because I care.
Mm-hmm. At what point did the fight get switched to 143?
It's always been 143.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been the contractual weight.
Gotcha. And can you comment on the legal matters right now and where that stands?
The only thing I can say is it will get worked out. I am very confident it will get worked out. And we are promoting Ryan for the foreseeable future. And I am going to do the best job possible that I can do to make him the most money. And then that's it.
How many more fights do you guys have together?
A multi-year deal.
Gotcha. So I think it would be in both of your best interests to get this squashed out as soon as possible.
Sure, look, I'm doing my job. I'm promoting the biggest events. I'm in his corner. When I first discovered him as a kid on social media, I got close to his parents, and I was genuinely involved, and I still am. I have nothing against him. I'm working for him, and I want to get him the best deals possible, and I hope one day he becomes a world champion, and we can get past this.
And with that said, you know, even before the Romero Duno fight in 2019, when you guys were feuding once again and kind of went, you got a new contract for him as well too. What's been the hardest part, I guess, working with Ryan and trying to promote him?
I think the hardest part is dealing with the people around him. There's people in his camp that do not have his best interests.
Right. And you obviously have been working for some other fights for him. Teofimo said he was offered $1.5 million to fight Ryan Garcia. Is there any truth to that, considering the statements he made?
there is no truth to that. I never made Teofimo an offer. I sat down with Bob Arum, who is his promoter, and we discussed a percentage split, and that was it. Never made him an offer, never any type of offer. But I'll tell you one thing, I will be watching very closely the following weekend when Devin Haney and Provis go at it, and the winner will possibly get a call from me where we can start negotiating a fight with Ryan. If Ryan wins, and if everything turns out okay the following week with Devin Haney and Provis.
Well, that'll certainly be another one of the mega fights for 2024. I know 2023 has been a big year for boxing, definitely.
Yes. And we plan on doing major events. And I'll tell you one thing. You know, we have some of the top prospects and future champions, and you know, Jaime Munguia is knocking on everybody's door, knocking on Benavidez' door, knocking on Canelo's door. He's ready to step up and have a major pay-per-view fight. Virgil Ortiz is coming back in January. He's one step away from becoming a world champion and a pay-per-view star. So, look, Golden Boy's doing their job. We are doing what we do best. And if we have to endure, you know, some critique along the way from fighters, or you know, if we have to deal with issues like what we're dealing with now, it's no big deal because we've done this before. We've dealt with this before. You know, there's always an answer to everything, and so I think when Ryan Garcia steps inside the ring tomorrow with Duarte, I sure hope that he's focused and you know, will take care of business and you know, at the job at hand, and then we move on to the big pay-per-view fights.
And last one from me, if Ryan is listening to this before the fight, what would you like to tell him?
I feel your pain. I feel your pain, and I'm in your corner.
I appreciate the time, Oscar.
Because Ryan, I'm sure, is going through a lot of emotions right now. And so I feel his pain because I've been there. I've been there many times. I never expressed it. I never told it to anybody. But I've been there many times over. So, Ryan, I feel your pain. And, you know, I wish you all the best.